Hey guys, Joe Blue back again. Just gonna
And his trusty sidekick, I can do better because I can, and let me show you why. Now, I hope you are being actually honest in this video, Joe, because otherwise it will just be you moving goalposts. However, I have seen this video, so I know.
do a quick little video because some people think that I'm wrong on
We don't think you are, we know you are.
my assessment with this clip.
Assessments are not evidence. They are speculations, claims, assumptions.
So I'm gonna go frame by frame on VLC player. We're gonna show that the third shot is never on the target. He's never.
You cannot claim that it's not on the target. You need to know whether or not the actual what's it called? Indicator for hitting the bullet is when the bullet is fired, or whether or not it's the start of the animation. If it's the start of the animation, you cannot use the end of the jackhammer to trigger hammer to activate the bullet as an indicator where the bullet should be fired from and hit. Plus bullet velocity, bullet traveling, blah 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 blah, distance, all that. Like everything there. There are so many factors you need to know prior to determine that. But let's see what you're going to be doing.
Never aimed on the target on the third shot. So let's go. Right. So that's the first shot.
Let's note amount of blood also. Blood,
Right. That's the second shot. So frame by frame.
more blood,
That's the second shot's gone in.
blood gone.
Watching the hammer cock. Right. So the head.
There it activates. There it activates towards the head. If it's at the activation, the bullet is dead on.
Here. So right now he's aimed on their head, and the head's right there. The hammer's going forward, but it hasn't actually hit yet.
That requires they have actually coded in the moment that one hits the bullet. Do you know whether or not they did that, Joe? If not, then you are intentionally misrepresenting facts because it does not benefit you to say at the click of the mouse. Also, if it's at the activation of the hammer and not the click of the mouse, then you need to predict how long time this takes to activate the bullet before the bullet velocity is also coming into effect.
The hammer hasn't hit yet. The hammer hits. As soon as it hits,
You cannot actually see whether or not it hits because it's a blur.
the crosshair, the aim is no longer actually on the player head anymore. Their head's over here somewhere. This isn't a play.
That is pure dishonesty. What did you say it was?
Aim is no longer actually on the player head anymore. Their head's over here somewhere.
Over here somewhere. Nope, it's right here. Right this direction. It's alongside on the left side, but not all the way over here, Joe. It's right here. Right here.
This isn't a player. This is like a puddle, grey bit of mesh or whatever. The person's turned as the.
And now you're claiming all the way over here. Like, how deformed do you think the humans are? The players, the characters are? Like, it's not Quasimodo.
Hammer goes into the gun. He is not actually aimed.
It's still. You can only use that. The hammer goes into the gun as evidence if Crytek themselves have said that is how the weapons function. If they have not, it's at the activation of the hammer. There. On the head, as you yourself said.
Right, so the head's here. So right now.
So unless you have evidence that Crytek said it's only when the hammer hits the bullet that the shot goes off and is calculated. If you have that on text, I will lay down my evidence against you on that video there, the previous one, Jack Frax using Silent Limb. If you have evidence of that, Crytek says it's only when the hammer hits the bullet, the bullet velocity is then calculated, and the target is indicated whether or not it's being hit or not. Then I will agree with you full on if you can show that Crytek have said it.
And now he's aimed on their head, and their head's right there. The hammer's going forward, but it hasn't actually hit yet. The hammer hasn't hit yet. The hammer hits. As soon as it hits,
Again,
the crosshair, the aim is no longer actually on. Gray is not. Marker comes in at that point
third blood mark.
there, gets, and then he moves away. He
Wait.
is not actually aimed on the player at all.
I didn't see that. There is the blood mark. It's on the shoulder.
As the hammer goes into.
Let's see here if we slow it down. Because you skip the frames quite quickly. Come on. I know I slowed down quite a lot. There it is. Blood indicator on the shoulder. There you have it. You are intentionally being dishonest. It was the moment the hammer was moving, and not the moment the hammer hits the bullet. You have it right there, Joe. Same as you had it here. It's right where he aimed. Right where he aimed. And the indicator is even after the blood appeared. On the first shot, the indicator is after the blood appeared. Approximately under that one there. Can we see? It's right under that one. So it's at the moment the hammer is activated. Got you, Joe? There we go. Joe Blue is a liar and a fraud. He is dishonest in his evidence and will fabricate everything he can to make sure people will trust him. Thank you for the evidence, Joe. You are pulling down your own channel and showing it to everyone else. Follow up on to the Jack Frax video.